Hey guys, welcome back. It's Katie from Whole Nourishment, and this is the second video of the three-part Healthy and Sane video series where I'm answering this question I commonly get: how can we be healthy without obsessing over food? In other words, how can we be healthy and sane in an insane health food world? And today I'm sharing my own food philosophy and health values in hopes that it helps you define your own so that we can break this cycle of shame and guilt and judgment and food labels, the actual feelings that drive us to ask this question in the first place of how can we be healthy and sane? Now, it may sound boring to define health values, but it's incredibly important in this process of becoming healthy and sane because if we know what we want and need in our food life, then the diet and nutrition chatter around us won't impact us. It won't affect us. It will fade away in the background. But in order for that to happen, we must identify and define what feels good to us, what works for us, and what works for our lifestyle, and what's satisfying. And we can ask ourselves, do we want to live in a world of labels and judgment and shame and rules? Or do we want to live with this sense of ease and confidence and liberation? And that's what health values help guide us towards. First, though, a disclaimer. The health values I'm sharing today do not address the ethical and environmental debates we have around eating meat or not eating meat, and they also don't take into consideration the food sensitivities or intolerances that we may have. These are absolutely individual personal decisions we must make for ourselves. What I'm trying to do today is lay the foundation so that whatever decision we make sure that we're making them for the right reasons. Because if we are in this diet control restriction mentality, we'll take helpful food guidelines and turn them into another food rule that we must perfect. So with this disclaimer in mind, let's get started. My food philosophy incorporates my health values and can be summed up in 3 points that I reflect on the blog, in my coaching practice, and in my own life in day-to-day choices. Health value number 1, plant forward. This is a diet rich in plants, plants being lentils, beans, whole grains, nuts and seeds, vegetables, and fruit. It's about prioritizing plants in our daily meals and centering our meal around plants that allows us to then fill out the rest of our plate from there. You know, nutritional science is a science of conflicting truths, but what we can all agree on is the power of plants to fight inflammation and the aging process, to protect against cancer, cognitive decline, and chronic disease, and to boost our immunity, gut health, and hormone balance. Plus, plants are delicious and they make me feel good, and they're the most popular request on the blog. We all need and want more inspiration and creativity and ideas around how to move in this direction and centering our plates around plants and eating more vegetarian and plant-forward meals. So that's what I aim to do on the blog as well. Health value number 2, practice variety and flexibility. Now, this is the complete opposite to having rules and labels. I don't even like to label things healthy or not healthy. I use the word healthy in blog posts and titles and talks I give because it's functional and succinct and it resonates with people. But in real life, I don't have healthy in my vocabulary because the moment we start labeling is the moment we enter into diet mentality where we judge our self-worth based on whether we're eating good or bad food or healthy or not healthy food. I'd much rather value my emotional well-being and leave morality out of eating. And we can do this by practicing variety and flexibility in our daily choices. For me, that looks like using one day chia eggs, dates, tofu, and brown rice pasta. Another day I'll use eggs, sugar, salmon, and normal pasta because I value choice and autonomy, and I find it practical to use different things at different times, but most importantly, this doesn't make me feel restricted. The benefit here is when we practice variety and flexibility, we're also practicing making peace with food and opening up a dialogue with the whole range of foods. We are giving ourselves unconditional permission to bring everything to the table. Then there's no element of deprivation, forbidden fruit, or fear of a particular food, and food loses its power over us. Health value number 3, satisfaction. My aim in everything that I do is to find the crossroads between nourishment and satisfaction, and this goes back to the concept of living in the gray in the first video. The key to eating well and feeling good in our body and about our body is to find those sustainable habits that are also nourishing. And the key to sustainable habits is enjoyment. On some level or another, we must enjoy what we do, whether it's how we move our body, what we eat, and our routines and our rituals day to day. Let's summarize the 3 health values that help me and might help you remain healthy and sane. Plant forward, practice variety and flexibility, and satisfaction. But remember, we define these health values to provide gentle structure in our daily choices, not rigid rules. We define to liberate, because food is important, but it shouldn't consume our thoughts. You know, we hang out with ourselves every day, but that doesn't necessarily mean we know ourselves well. This process of becoming healthy and sane is a process of learning, experimenting, and making small tweaks towards our health values. If what I've been saying in this video series so far resonates with you and you'd like to move towards this direction, and you'd like personal guidance and support, let's talk. This is what I do. I offer private coaching in person and over Skype and across time zones. And if you'd like to schedule a free consultation, email me at the link below and I'll get back to you. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll be back soon with the 3rd and final video in this series where I share my top tips for becoming healthy and sane that you can incorporate today.